Good morning, Guardians, and welcome back. Okay, so I gave Iron Banner 2 days, and each and every version of it just sucks. Well, I won't say each and every version of it, but Rift sucks. This modified Clash version where the Guardian gets, I don't know, energized when they get a kill streak, it's bullshit. Um, it's not about the balance, because balance has never really been that big of a deal for me. I mean, I play games like Warhammer 40,000. Come on, and Magic the Gathering. Balance is no. Nobody goes into a battle thinking they have a 50-50 chance of winning. Nobody plays to lose. Yeah, sorry for that little bit of vanity right there. The Dresden thing is because some person yesterday was just flashing all their titles and none of them were gilded. So I was like, oh, I'm gonna flex a little bit. Yeah, we did win that match, but I mean, it's just everything about Destiny's PvP is just a fucking joke, and Iron Banner is not the game, not the game I ever thought it was anymore. I miss what Iron Banner used to be for me. Um, let's see what we got here. Come on, figure it out. I'm just fucking done. Uh, yeah, I'm just fucking done. If I play any kind of Crucible anymore, it's basically just going to be for the eight, bounty grind to get the bright dust and chase the little weapon or ornament or whatever bullshit. It's just going to be purely for my own personal amusement and not for any kind of FOMO or anything. Yeah, it's just that's the thing. Is that the only thing that brought me back to Iron Banner this season was because I got some really great armor pieces and a really nice weapon. I mean, the Peace Bond has not failed me yet. My Prefectus, my Iron Forerunner grips, um, they're all, my Iron Forerunner strides, they're all really, really good pieces of armor. And I know if I stick it out and just keep playing, I'm going to get those good pieces of armor again. Although, I got to tell you, the Errant Knight one just kind of really didn't do it for me. It's not Errant Knight. This guy here, Iron Forerunner Mask. It's just a little. It felt just a little short of what I wanted. Like 2 points, but it's still kind of okay. If I run this, then I can do my bonuses for everything else, and I kind of don't really feel like fucking struggling for that. I don't feel that it's worth the fight. It's just it's a guaranteed 12 minutes of basically me just biting the fucking pillow and not having any real enjoyment out of the situation. And I don't want to play a game like that. I don't. It's weird. It's like I don't mind that a game can be asymmetrical, but I do mind when it's so swingy that you just really, I mean, even if you apply good tactics or superior force, you still have that 10% chance of fucking failure. And it's like, nobody goes into a match with that. Nobody wants to go into a match with that idea. So, yeah, that's kind of a minor rant right here. And it's just, I don't know, it's just not feeling anything at all about the PvP in this game anymore. It's just something to do, I think I get as much amusement out of the Crucible and all of its different versions as I do running Lost Sectors or doing strikes. I think it really is coming down to the fact that the seasonal. I mean, look at these weapons. I mean, that's bullshit. Give me a break. All for all. That's only because they're pandering to the fans. It's a 180 hand cannon, and honestly, it's like, I play a 180 7th Seraph, but I've got threat detector and time payload. This guy here, adaptive munitions and kill clip. God, that's the best you can give me, and I won the match when I got that gun. It's like, you're not really trying here, game. It's I don't know. I just get this feeling like, they know that I'm playing Iron Banner just to get the good stuff, just to go for the weapons and gear. And it's not like, I would stop playing the game once I got what I wanted. I would still be playing the game. Um, it's just that I'd be able to move on to other things, and I just got to make a choice. It's like working for that job that everybody says was going to be really great. It's going to be fully satisfying in a creative way. Yank, yank, yank. But then you turn around and it's like, no, what do you think creative is? How I talk to a customer, or how creatively I can BS a client into giving us a little extra time because you motherfuckers decided to take an extended fishing vacation. I know that's specific, but I mean, yeah, that's not creativity. That's just fucking bold-faced fucking BSing, and anybody can fucking do that. That doesn't give you any creativity. That's all based on charisma. That's based on how well you can sell it. And yeah, I'm just kind of done selling it. I'm done trying to fake it till I make it kind of bullshit. That's not what a game should be. When I go in to play like Magic the Gathering or or not Destiny or Warhammer 40K or Dungeons and Dragons, these games are run on randomness. They're run on chance. I can select the 60 cards that go into my deck or the 100 cards that go into my commander deck. I get agency over that, but I don't really get to choose what order those cards come up. The best deck designs strategize around the fact that you might not get all the cards you want right away. You might get a clump of land right in the middle of your deck, and you'll be dead before you even get to it. So, what do I say? Sufficient shuffling, going beyond sufficient shuffling, so making sure all the cards are randomized, picking cards that have redundancy, picking cards that if you draw that, if you can't find a redundant version of the key card you want to be in your hand at the start of the game, or at the middle of the game, or at the late part of the game, you've got cards that can get you those cards. Okay, there's fetch cards, there's key cards, there's win condition cards, which are the same as key cards, and then there's your resources, and you've got to be able to get all that shit together in Magic the Gathering, and you have control over that, and some of the best decks out there do that very, very well and consistently, regardless of how well you shuffle them up or what your opponent presents as a counter plan. When you play Warhammer 40,000, you have a choice over the units you get to take into the game, but you're still reliant upon the dice rolls, but you can play stratagems that mitigate those shit-tastic dice rolls. In Dungeons & Dragons, you can min-max your character as much as you want, but the chances of now rolling a 1 are going to be an automatic fail no matter how good you are. And there's other things that go on. I mean, the game is balanced more... Actually, I'll have to be honest with this. Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition is player-weighted, and they want the players to feel the power fantasy that D&D presents. They want players to feel like superheroes, because it's a heroic power fantasy. That's what D&D is. It's a heroic power fantasy. All the loot in the game, all of the combat in the game, that's all just stage dressing for the experience of playing a character that is awesome. Destiny is a power fantasy, but there's no power in it. And what power you have seems to be arbitrarily decided by the game itself. I mean, I played 4 lobbies yesterday in Iron Banner. 3 of them had nearly the exact same teams in them. And I was playing freelance on the first one. Then I played matched games on the last 3. And the last 3 of those, the last 3 of those saw a consistent 4 or 5 players through all 3 of them. Sometimes they were on my side, sometimes they were on the enemy side. And I lost all of those games. The one game that I won, the freelance one, that's where I got this thing. And I was like, wow, that's kind of a good show. I mean, it's not great. I mean, it totally weights my melee, which is for stasis. But yeah, I just don't feel like. I mean, I'm wasting time right now talking about how I no longer feel like wasting time in Crucible. So that's kind of really all I wanted to share. And it's so sad because it's like when Iron Banner first came around, I was like, guys, this is where I'm going to be every time it shows up. You guys, this is where you're going to find me. And now it's kind of like, no, no, I just don't fucking give a shit. Sorry. Um, sorry, not sorry. Oh, well, that's all I got to share for the day, guys. Yeah, go find something fun to do. I am.